Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Peace, Noble.
Peace, Noble.
How you doing?
Doing great. How you doing? Peace.
I'm doing good. I'm
Peace,
doing
peace.
good. Peace, Noble Brian. Peace, brother. How you doing?
Excellent. How about yourself, Sheik?
Man, I am doing amazing, man. Amazing. Had a good workout in this morning, man. Sat back and relaxed. Sat by the pool for a minute. Got a little sun rays, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So we just having a good day in Vegas, man. I relaxed, did a lot of relaxation. Me and Empress, we went and seen Nas yesterday at a concert at the Wynn. It was pretty cool. He put on an amazing show.
I know you did.
Oh yeah, that would have to be nice.
Yep. And now it's time to give this message, man, and get back to the movement as we always do. It's always good to relax, man, and and just look at the world and see the world and just enjoy yourself while we're on this earth plane, because life is not guaranteed, but death is certain for sure. So on this earth plane, we want to make sure we're doing everything that we can do possible to live, to have good health and just love the ones that love you, man, and keep all negativity, keep all hate at your footstool, man. It's very important as we go with this mission. And just keep building, man, because it's a good day to be a Moorish American, man. And let's do our Moorish American prayer, man. Let's get started, family.
All right, let me go live.
Absolutely. Take your time.
Islam.
One second, y'all.
I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave. That's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god. I lay at night. I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Woo.
Peace.
Peace. Man, I can't stop moving to that intro, Brian. Living like a god. That's how I made this masterpiece. Let's go, man. Come on, B. Turn up, man. Every time I hear that, man, I go like I'm in the gym, man. Turn it up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. That's that. What do you say? Working like a slave. That's how I made this masterpiece. Come on, man. And not a slave with shackles on me, but a slave to meaning that I'm a prisoner of my beliefs, that I'm all the way entrapped to what I'm doing. So I'm gonna work it like that in that analogy, man. I'm all in. I'm working it like a slave per se. This is my life. This is my spirituality.
As a god at night, I rest in peace.
Come on, Noble Alonzo. He said that God, I rest in peace. Brian, come on, give me that introduction again, Brian. Let me hear it, B. Come on, man. Yeah.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth speaking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man, we can move. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between, baby. You can ask the sun. It's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around the beat.
Yeah.
Ooh. Man, fire. That's all I gotta say, man. Fire alarm. Let's do our Moorish American prayer, man.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. Who is Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, Shalom King, Ayah Ash Ayah, Hotep, Islam, Amen.
And peace, 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 peace.
Peace, peace. Peace, Noble Malik. Peace, Noble Malik.
Peace, Noble Malik.
Peace, Moso.
Also,
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, tribe. Peace, family. Peace, everyone that's here checking us out today, man. I give y'all gratitude for taking time out y'all day. And it's just like I say, man, the world is changing as we starting to get a lot of, how can I say, correspondence from what we doing and being on this battlefield and keeping it how we keeping it, man. Keeping it culture, keeping it scientific. And the world is changing, man. And like I said, we are the church. The church is not the building, it's just a building. We the church, we the temple. And we're going to continue to spread our business, man, with this social media as it allowed us to touch lives and to be in people's homes no matter what geographical area they're in. So I give honor to this cipher. I give honor to what we're doing, man, because everything worth value takes time. Islam. But before we get started, Brian, would you mind giving us how the BBT believe, and then we'll get into this teaching?
Yes, sir. My pleasure. So the scientific introduction to the divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle, including the Moor Salat. So, scientific study will illuminate the student that Yahweh, our Elohim, God, the creator of this stellar and ecclesiastical universe, has stipulated in all Bibles, regardless of the translation, a pattern that he, Yahweh Elohim, gave Moses in Mount Sinai in the year 1490 BBY, erroneously referred to as BC. It is by a profound knowledge of the construction and operation of this divine pattern of the Mosaic Tabernacle in relationship to every created object in the universe, whether visible or invisible, that will reveal the answer to every question concerning Yahweh Elohim and Yahshua the Messiah as he really is and his eternal purpose and plan. The Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School is not a church, but a school of research founded with the idea in mind to delve into every branch of science according to the pattern of the tabernacle, which is man made in the image of God. Also in more science, Allah, which is an acronym for arm, leg, arm, head. To find the answer to every question that has plagued the student from the foundation of the world, thus proving the unerring accuracy and infallibility of the Bible. In research and study, we always use the true Hebrew name of the unity of the spirit of the so-called Godhead. Instead of the title God as the Father's name, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahweh. Instead of Jesus Christ as the Word or Son's name, we are using Elohim, which is the correct Hebrew title of the Father, Yahweh, in super and corporal form. For the Holy Spirit, which is Yahweh Elohim manifested in the physical body, we are using the correct Hebrew name, Yahshua the Messiah. These holy names may seem to be of private interpretation, which we, the Burning Bush Tabernacle, have invented, but through research and study, with a good encyclopedia or a dictionary, anyone can discover for themselves of this great error. There was no letter J in any language until the Middle Ages. Neither was there ever a letter equivalent to the J in the Hebrew language. Therefore, such names as Jesus or Jehovah are impossible renderings of the true name of the Father and the Son. Here at the BBT, our aims are as follows. 1, to illuminate the student to find and know Yahweh, our Elohim, as he really is and exists. 2, to form a nucleus of universal brotherhood of humanity in Yahshua the Messiah, without distinction of race or nationality, creed, sex, caste, or color. 3, to investigate the unexplained spirit law, or so-called law of nature, and the powers latent in man. 4, to encourage and promote the study of the scriptures, comparative religions, psychology, philosophy, and modern practical and occult science. 5, to remove spookism, superstition, skepticism, and ignorance. 6, to learn, to know, and understand the operation of Yahweh's eternal purpose through the dispensations and ages. 7. To discern and avoid being deceived by Lucifer, the serpent, the devil, the dragon, or Satan and his demons, operating the mystery of iniquity on earth through the dispensations of time. 8. To earnestly contend for the common salvation and faith which was once delivered to the sons or children of Yahweh. 9. To make known that Yahweh, from the beginning, ordained there is no other name given among men whereby man can be saved, saving the name Yahshua the Messiah. And last but not least, aim 10, to inherit eternal life.
Oops, I messed up. Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm over here touching stuff. I apologize, family. Give me 1 second. I done logged off trying to read 3 other things. So apologies. Give me 1 second. Let me enter back in the studio. Sorry about that. Apologies. Peace. I'm back. Can y'all see me, Noble?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're better.
Okay. Yeah, I know that light was in the back. Apologies. Yeah, I know the lighting is a little off up here. I'm up at the top floor, so let me try to give it a little bit more light. Can y'all see?
Yes, sir.
I know I know my face kind of dark. It ain't up. But man, all I want to tell everybody, man, is gratitude, 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 gratitude is my attitude. I tell nobles yesterday's prices are not today's prices. And the reason why I say that, nobles, I always like to start off giving information, because when you catch me with my spiritual hat on, that means that's the time. If I'm offering books or if I'm offering anything, you get it for a suggested donation instead of having to go on our pages, instead of having to go on MooreishHaberdasher.com or My PDF Books. Just like if Alonzo's doing a book reading or if Moso doing a book reading, and right then he say, hey, if you email me, you can get this for this donation. That means it's right there in that day. It's not weeks down the line. It's when you catch me in my ministry hat when we doing ministry. Islam. So when I offer books and information to brothers for a small donation, it's that day. It's today. It's not, oh, Friday, I can get that for you, because Friday, I'm not in my ministry hat. My other nobles are doing their broadcasting. And so today, somebody asked me, can I get that Atlantis of Latter Days for that donation you said last week? That was last week. Today's a new week. So today, if you want Atlantis of Latter Days, you can go on Amazon and see that book is rare. It's on Amazon for about like $160. You can get that PDF document from me. You can download it on your tablet. Go to Office Max and Staples and they'll print it and bind it. You can get that from me today for only a $40 donation. If you want Exhumer of the Nation PDF, download to your tablet or go to Office Max and Staples and they can print it and bind it for you. You can get that from me as well for a $40 donation. So once again, today, you get 2 books that you can download as a PDF for only $80. And one of the books costs double. Actually, both books cost double. So with that being said, man, I give gratitude and I give Islam. But all last week, man, my noble Alonzo, he's been in my head and in my spirit because a lot of our spirits connect. And my noble was asking the internet, asking AI some questions about the Zohar and about how you can, and the Kabbalah and the Zodiac. And all this week, I've been teaching on the Zodiac and the astrological signs. I've been teaching the clock of destiny. I've been teaching insomnia. I've been teaching the Zohar and the alphabet in the Quran. Yesterday in the DAP class, I showed how the alphabet, how the Hebrew alphabet, even the Paleo alphabet, how it connects to the Zohar. And when you know how to read the Quran in a spiritual aspect, in a universal aspect, you can connect these teachings because everything is a cipher. All holy books is a cipher. And sometimes a lot of men is just not at that place to pull out the cipher, to pull out the universal teachings into Islam and to so-called Christianity, because law governs all events. Are y'all with me, nobles? Talk to your boy.
Islam, Sheikh.
So Noble Alonzo sent this information about the pool table as the zodiac. And I know, Alonzo, I don't know if you got that up, but I want to go through that and we can have discussion. Then I'm going to get in my main topic, because my main topic is not long as well. It's a quick one. But this what I'll be saying all through the week as it builds up to Sunday teaching. You have to be attentive to class. Just like when I be getting so many emails, and me and Noble Alonzo was corresponding earlier today, when people be asking me, oh, well, I want you to nationalize me and denationalize me and this, and that, and the other, and when do I teach this class and this specific class? And I tell people, if you come to class, if you are a member of our Burning Bush Tabernacle Science Temple and School, that's all you need to do is be a member, because I'm going to give it all to you. I'm going to teach you, I'm going to educate you, so things that you're not going to make a mistake when you think somebody can nationalize you and denationalize you. I'm going to teach you the science. I'm going to teach you this, and that's what a teacher does, but you must be willing to be a student. It's no, oh, I want to take this class to learn this, and then you're going to take a tittle of what I'm saying and go out in the world and act like a sovereign citizen, which is an oxymoron, and get yourself locked up. Like Alonzo said, instead of taking the time to come to class, instead of putting some money to the side and say, you know what, I got this to donate to get this life-changing information. I need to be a student, because it's so much that come with our teachings. It's so much to come with our teachings, and we're getting ready to add another day, a film session, where you're going to be able to watch all these ancient films by Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Francis Quelch Wilson, Amos Wilson, and you're going to see all those ancient films that Tony Brown journals had, and you're going to see all our scholars, Bobby Hemmett, and all our scholars that's speaking like me, and they're not arguing with each other. They're synchronizing the teachings. This is what we're here to do. And so with my pre-topic, I just want to talk about how the pool table, when you think of it as an entire zodiac wheel, just like I've been showing you in the Clock of Destiny, all is synchronized. I've been showing you this all through the week with its 12 positions. Have I been talking about the so-called 12 disciples? It's the so-called 12 reactors in your brain, the so-called 12 constellations in the sky, and how yesterday I broke down the Quran and I showed you the analogy of the zodiacs in the Quran with the alphabet. A God man can bring all this out and make this synchronized for a child can understand it. Because the Islam that we teach, this is not no outside Islam. This is not no you're going to die and have these virgins. We're talking about I, self, law, and master. We're talking about arm, leg, arm, head. We're talking about generator, operator, destroyer. We're talking about man made in the image of the creator. Are y'all with me?
Islam, Sheikh.
This is Sufism, y'all. This is Tasawwuf. But we understand all three religious rights. I want brothers to be clear with that, what we teaching. That's why, as a God man like myself and how y'all are, we able to go in all spiritual houses to teach, because we are teachers. We are the teachers of the East. We are the magical workers. When you see our turban, when you see our fez, when you see our shemag, those are all of our spiritual headdresses. Our fez is our national headdress. But when you see us with our turban and our shemag on, this is our spiritual essence. In your biblical scriptures, the high priest wore the turban with the jewels on it. This is what I want brothers and sisters to know. And when you see us, brothers, with the turbans on and with the shemags, in the so-called Christian churches, those were the magical workers of the East. When I break it down to Wentworth Matthews and them, and I break it down to the more Zionist Jews, we have to understand this. This is who we are. We are resurrecting ourselves. This is what this is all about. I'm giving you Gnostic teachings so you can remove the veil of religious dogma and get to the signs and symbols of understanding. But just as pool table is the surface on which the game unfolds, the zodiac wheel is the arena where astrological influences play out. And this is so beautiful when Noble Alonzo sent this. And Noble Alonzo, you can add your expertise on it as I'm going. You can stop me and add or interject, whatever you need to do. But this is so beautiful, man. And I hope when our nobles take the time to send things out, we go through it. We just don't have it in our email. And then when I'm talking about things, nobody know what I'm talking about. Because we're supposed to use this stuff as a fuel station through the week. Our teachings and our emails is the fuel station to put some gas in your tank, to go run your errands per se through the week. And then Sunday, when you come to Sunday school, you filling up. We got fill up stations all through the week, nobles. All through the week, to where our tank should never be half. Our tank should never be on the third. Our tank should always be operating on full throttle. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Talk to me, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what this is for. These is tools to go out through the week when people say,
Absolutely.
come on, Malik, when they say they week is bad. Well, we got so many rest stops for the week. We working out Monday through Thursday. We on classes Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And now we're gonna add Thursday. Come on, man. We got Monday manifest. Man, our tank should be on full throttle. Our tank should be on Freddie. We ain't operating on no Eddie. What you say, Malik? You say something, Malik?
This thing don't stop. It's every day. It's an everyday thing.
That's right.
Yeah, I said it's an everyday thing.
That's right, Noble. Every day. So the balls in pool, each ball represent a different sign of the zodiac. Look how beautiful this is, y'all. Each ball has its own characteristics and role in the game, just as each zodiac sign has distinct traits and influences. Look at the science in this, how the white cue ball, the cue ball can represent the self or the individual's core essence as it initiates the action and interacts with other balls, aka signs on the table. Do y'all see this synchronicity as Noble Alonzo took the time to bring this to us as a teaching? This is a teaching. This is teaching where you take regular life situations and you show how you can build up spirituality. This is a beautiful picture. The number balls, 1 through 15. The balls represents the 12 zodiac signs. But watch this. Each ball has a unique color and number. And the zodiac sign has unique qualities and influences. Okay, now we get into number 3. Look at the cue stick as a personal influence. The cue stick as a personal influence. Look at this, y'all. The cue stick is the tool used to strike the cue ball and direct its movement. It represents personal influence or action in one's life, just as you use the cue stick to guide the cue ball. Personal action and choices influence how the energies of the zodiac signs manifest in your life. And see, you can relay this to in your Morse Quran chapter 5 at the tools in the toolbox. It's so much to where we can just start cross-referencing. Then you get the shots as astrological influences. Now we taking the shots and I use the shots as choices we make in our lives or choices we don't make. Which way to go or which way not to go. This is all the way you setting yourself up. How? To knock the balls in and to win what? The game of life without no bad repercussions. We want good solutions. We want to reap what we sow. If we make good choices, we get good outcomes. Stay with me. In pool, each shot aims to position the ball strategically. When you shoot pool, you're trying to set yourself up for the next shot. Am I right about it? Y'all talk to me.
Yes, sir.
See?
Yep.
You influencing the flow of the game. Similarly, astrological influences from each zodiac sign, and it affects various aspects of life, shaping personality, shaping relationships, and shaping experiences. That's why us as adapts, when we deal with so much with the astrological sign, when we deal so much with the divine nine, it's going to play out in how we deal with our lives and how we deal with each other and what type of relationships we choose to go in or we choose to separate from. We don't operate on osmosis. We operate on science. If you operate on science, you'll never let yourself down. But when you operate on feelings, how the average Negro do, then your feelings change. We want to operate on science. So a straight shot, a straightforward approach in pool, it symbolizes how the qualities of a particular zodiac sign directly influence certain areas of life without much complication. Then you can get to the bank shot, and it involves bouncing the cue ball off one or more cushions to reach the target ball. When I say you want to use things, but you don't want to be misused, this is the key of life. It represents how indirect influences or challenges related to a zodiac sign might impact your life. And it's going to require more strategy and adaptability. When I talk about strategize and when you must adapt. Go ahead, Noble.
Islam. So when you always say about this particular point in time, even when we was going over the clock of destiny, discussing CN Bay a long time ago with knowing the zodiac and not being used, if you will, by the zodiac, if you will. So it's important to get the wisdom that the zodiac, provides for us, as the ancients recorded. so that we can be able to navigate like a maneuver, because pitfalls will come. Like, it is no sidestep, it is no sidetrack. So if you could develop the character, using the zodiac and projecting some things, and not, like Noble Malik always say, falling victim to our emotions.
Yes.
Knowing that there's certain cycles, certain seasons, certain times when things transpire in our lives, and sometimes we become frustrated by not reaching our goals and different things. You know what I'm saying? That zodiac would definitely help in that area. So it's wise to study Islam.
Islam, Noble Alonzo. I mean, I couldn't have said it no better. It's like if we gardeners, we know that we're not going to do any gardening in the wintertime. We know that. Why? Because wisdom, because the science, because of the seasons, because we want to do things when the sun is out, when the ground is soft. We want to find good fertile dirt. We want to make sure the soil is good before we plant anything. It's the same thing with our life. Our life operates on a system. And the only reason why people keep making the same mistakes is because their life is not on the system. They're not in tune with the science and with the study of the zodiac. Just like the study of the zodiacus, when we talk about the divine feminine, a lot of us, our pH balance is off because we are not in tune with what nature is going to spit out. Nature is going to spit out the same thing it does every time. Why? Because it's science. Once you're in tune with the science, you can never be let down. Why? Because it's science.
It's a pattern. It's a pattern for a reason.
Come on. That's why Noble Lama said, study the science of the zodiacs. The science, not the how can I say it? The pompous, and somebody talk about, I'm finna read your sign and you're gonna walk to the mailbox. No, we ain't talking about that. We're talking about understanding the astrological sign, what's above and what's below, and how you relate, and what sign relate, and what matches, and why a person react like that, why a person not reacting. Look at the positive and the negative and work that pendulum. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about working that pendulum. And when you work that pendulum, you can control the aspect of your art. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. And a lot of us need to continue to work that pendulum. You got to understand, we on 5, the pocketing of the balls as life events. Remember, successfully pocketing balls into the pockets. It represents achieving goals, as Alonzo said. Sometimes we might not pocket balls because we just hitting the ball. We don't have a strategy. So you get out there, you just bob out hitting the ball and they all over the place. And then you find your balls so spread out because you're not successfully pocketing the balls into the pockets strategically. And it represents achieving goals or significant life events. If Alonzo say he wanted to work out, but Alonzo only work out once a month and he eat a whole bunch of slave food, well, Alonzo is not strategically pocketing those balls to achieve goals or significant life events, because each ball, aka zodiac sign, has its own influence on these events. This is what we have to understand. When your life's supposed to slow down, when my main topic, because I'm going to relay basketball, how Magic Johnson, he didn't think about plays. He saw the play. He read the play. He already knew, if I come down like this and you do like this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's already done. It's based on what? What's already happened. It's based on the astrological signs. I move with the sun. I move with the stars. So if the stars move this way, I'm going to move that way. If this move that way, I'm going to move that way. Why? Because it's a system, and the system never changes. The first ball you aim for can be seen as the intimidating energy of Aries, starting new projects or ventures with enthusiasm and determination instead of starting new projects with fear or I can't do it. Those are the signs and the words that cast spells on you. Oh, this is going to be hard. Oh, I can't do it. You tapped out already. Why? Because you said it's going to be hard and you said you can't do it. So the spirit is going to agree with you. The spirit is going to, why would the spirit not agree with you when you put all those negative signs on you instead of switching up and putting the application in, getting the time, getting the study, educating your crafts? So when you go into it, you be like, Alonzo, I know I'm going to do this. Why? I put the work in, I study, and my will and the creator's will is going to match. Why? Because I put the work in, you know? You put the work in. So you're going to go in it with enthusiasm. You're going to go into it with determination. Why? Because you're ready for this. Anybody like, oh, we knew this was going to happen. I knew it too. I've been prepared for it. Dude, like, you so blessed. No, I ain't so blessed. This is God's will. I don't operate on no blessing and no genie. I operate on God's will. I operate on my will and the creator's will and lining. That's all I do. The rest, I don't have no power on it. I want my will and the Creator's will to match. Just like I say, I want the same thing on earth as it is in heaven. I don't believe in no pie God. I don't believe in no heaven after you die. You're going back to the Creator. Thus, the Spirit lives on. If you think something else, well, let me see you somebody that died and came back as a tree. And then you walk past that tree and they say, you remember me? I used to be Alonzo. I'm a tree now.
Sit down for a second. Let me tell you.
Let me tell you something. Let me. Come on.
That's so true.
Oh.
No, when the people say, "Yo, I'll tell you about the Zoe," they say, "Man, I don't believe in that." I know what I say. I say, "Do you believe in the ABCs?"
Come on. Come on.
Because listen, we ain't got to believe in the ABC, but I bet you use them.
Come on. Come on, Uncle Alonzo. See, these brothers don't know how to use these tools. We got tools in our toolbox. You know,
I don't believe in the ABCs. I know the ABCs.
yes. And then in
I
school,
know them. Don't believe in them.
yeah. And then in school, they tell the kids to think outside the box. Why? And you got all the tools in the toolbox. Man, you better open up your toolbox and get your tools out. What are we talking about? To tell our kids to think outside the box? No, we think inside the box with all your creativity, with all the understanding that you know, with all the work you put in. Now we go into Taurus, the second ball, aiming to pocket a ball with steady, methodical precision, reflects the grounded and practical qualities of the Taurus. It's just like when we doing surgery, and we got to be specific with our surgery. We got to be manufacturer what we doing. We're not all over the place with our science. Gemini, the third ball, the quick adjustments, how sometimes we might run an audible, and the multiple angles you use to make a shot. It represents Gemini's versatility and adaptability. When we must adapt. Adapting means you're not going outside the source. Adapt meaning you like, okay, I just had to run an audible. Why? Because if this happened, I'm going to do this. If this happened, I can do this. If this happened, I do this. Hell, if it start raining, what I'm going to do? I'm going to cut my windshield wipers on. I mean, come on, that's adaptability. If it's cold outside, what I'm gonna put some warm clothes on. If it's hot outside, I might dress with lighter clothes. If I'm a Moor like I am, I ain't walking out the house without my turban or my shemag or my fez. Islam?
Right. That Islam. That goes into discernment too, Sheik, too.
Yes, sir.
You gotta know when to be versatile.
Come on.
You gotta pay attention.
Come on. That's like the song, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. That's discernment right there. You better know. You better not keep playing and you know you about to lose. You better know when to back out. You gotta know this. Come on, that's discernment. And you should know when something is right for you, when a goofball coming to you with all that trickery, with all that sovereign citizen stuff. You got to know with that, or you're going to be walking with your eyes wide shut like a deer in the headlights, and you're going to get hit. And you're going to get hit and be on the edge of the road as roadkill, point flat out. But the strategic planning and protection of balls, that's the family and your home. It symbolizes Cancer's focus on emotional security and nurturing. 5 is the fifth ball. It's a confident, it's a powerful shot that stands out. It represents Leo's boldness and leadership qualities. That's what we do. We bold, we stand out. We peculiar. That's what the scripture says. We meek. Why? Because we bold. Why? Because we bold because you see us with our turban. You see us with our fez on. You see us with our shemag on. That's a boldness. That's a confidence. You're going to see so many more than life that walk past you and say, oh, I don't know where to get a turban from. I don't know where to get a shemag from. I don't know where to get a fez from. But they see Alonzo every day. They see me. They see Brian. They see Malik. They see Lamarck. We the source. Oh, man, I don't know where to get. I don't have the confidence. And then you hear Moors lying to the other Moors. Well, you got to get to a certain wisdom to wear your fez. Man, our prophet told you just like I told you. That's an outward appreciation of who you are. If you just wear your fez and fly your flag and come to class, that's a part of being a Moor. That's part of our culture. But you can't say you a Moor and you're afraid to self-identify. That's the confidence that you get when you know who you are. That's the discernment that you get when you know who you are. Because everybody was at a place. Look at us now. We confident. Am I right about what I'm saying?
Amen.
Y'all wear y'all fez and y'all turbans and y'all shemags with confidence. You will walk past a Moor every day and they'll hit you up on the internet and say, well, oh, peace, Moor. I'm like, man, how do you self-identify? Noble Alonzo, if the trumpet being rang today and they said we ringing up all Negro, blacks, and colored and we sending them to the FEMA camp, all Moors come with your turban and your fez and your ID from your temple and school to show that you part of a nation, that show that you part of a tribe, for you can be claimed, because you part of a religious scientific organization and you know your nationality and your spirituality, which your culture teach, which your nation teach, which your tribe teach. It'll be a lot of people that's going to the FEMA camps. It's going to be a lot of people that's going. Why? Because they feel, I study on my own and I study my ancestors. You can't do nothing alone. This is a sovereign nation, smart guy. This is a sovereign nation. The religious laws trump everything, and you ain't nothing by yourself. You're not a nation by yourself. You're not a community by yourself. You're not a family. But that's for all of the idiots that say, well, I pray to my ancestors. But you ain't no more by yourself. Because this is Moorish. This is a culture. This is a culture. So you don't want to be a part of your brothers and sisters? Well, we'll lock you up with the Negroes, the blacks, and color, and everybody else that don't know who they are. Noble Alonzo, it's just a fact.
How you gonna reap anything without being in the bonds of society? The prophet already told us.
See? And that's what we do at the BBT. We clean it up. We say, brother, you don't have a fez? You ain't wearing a turban. Why? Because we give you the science when we place it on your crown. We put the science when you get that turban on your head. And if you come into class, you should know some wisdom. When you get that fast from me, you should know some wisdom. If not, you got to tell me why you got it on. And everybody should question you. You should know everything about what you have on your head so you can speak in love. So the sixth ball is the Virgo. That's precision and attention to detail in positioning the balls. It reflects Virgo's analytical and meticulous nature. Look at this science that we breaking down with the zodiac. How that fez represents everything we talking about. This fez that we break it down the wisdom of the fez, the esoteric and the exo, based off the zodiac signs. If y'all catching this, Libra, the seventh ball, balancing multiple shots and making harmonious move represents Libra's focus on balance, relationships, and fairness. The eighth ball is the Scorpio, the intensity and the strategic approach required to pocket the eight ball symbolizes Scorpio's depth, transformation, and focus, because we transform in here into what? Our higher selves. You don't cut the lower self off and say, I'm working on my higher self. No, your pendulum swing the same way as the left to the right. You control it. 360 degrees is just the sum total of material wisdom, but 720 degrees is the sum total of both material and spiritual wisdom. We must master our higher self. We're not cutting a part of our extremity off. We don't do that. Sagittarius, which is the ninth ball, that's the adventurous and the risk-taking shot. It represents Sagittarius' quest for exploration, higher understanding, which we all do at the BBT. We operate in our higher self. Capricorn, the sixth ball, a disciplined and methodical approach to pocketing balls. It reflects Capricorn's ambition, our structure, and responsibility. That's my astrological sign, Capricorn. I'm the 10th ball. The Aquarius, information being put out. The 11th ball, innovative, unconventional shots. It symbolized Aquarius' originality and progressive thinking. Progressive thinking mean, okay, we here, now we got to get here. We at Tuesday. We went to Wednesday. Now, to get to Thursday, we got to go through Wednesday. To get to Friday, we got to go through Thursday. We building on. We are building on. Once you learn mathematics and then you start learning multiplication, you ain't getting rid of mathematics. That's a tool in your toolbox. We added on. We are progressive. Y'all with me?
Yeah, yes, sir.
So the Pisces is a 12 ball. It's aiming for the final or the finale, often more challenging shot with creativity and intuition. It reflects Pisces' imaginative and emphatic qualities. Now, the game strategy as life journey. Look at how this just connects with the adapt science, with your fairs, with the zodiacs, with the clock of destiny, with insomnia, all this science, and how I broke down the alphabet, the Arabic alphabet, how I broke that down to the zodiac using the Quran yesterday. So simple. The overall strategy in a pool game involves planning, adapting, making choices based on the position of the balls. It's similar to how astrological influences guide life decisions and personal growth. Each sign, I need you to go to the next one, babe. Each sign brings different energies to the table and how you navigate and integrate these influences, and it shapes your overall journey. Now you got the outcome as personal fulfillment. This should be very simple for us. I'm making it easy for a child to understand it. Noble Alonzo made my teaching very simple Sunday. I said, oh, I don't even have to get into Zohar and then talk in a whole nother language and pull my teeth out per se. You know, Alonzo did the research and made it real simple. I didn't even have to put it together because I was going to put it together just like this. And bam, look what my noble do. Start sending it to my email. Gratitude. Gratitude. The final result of the game, including the score and how you've played, it represents the cultivation of how well you utilize the influences of the zodiac signs in your life. Not trying to read somebody talk about, I'm going to read your sign. You ain't finna read my sign and put no spirits on me if I ain't connected to you. Only my God man do that. Ain't nobody finna pray for me to do it. I can pray for myself and my spiritual head can do it. This is for you. Success in pocketing all the balls can symbolize achieving personal goals and fulfilling potential through what? The balance, integration of these energies. So in the analogy, the pool game illustrates how the zodiac signs interact with each other, how we interact with each other, how we influence personal action and shape the overall experience of life. The experience of when you come around people. How did you affect their actions and shape their overall experience of your life and being around you? Did you cut some light on or did you dim their spirit? See, when we go around people, we like an aha moment. You see people light up. You see people's eyes get big. They want to talk to us for hours and hours. And I just tell them to come to school to learn. Well, what about this? I said, come to class, I teach it. I had a guy on a plane asking me some questions. He jumped right on my YouTube page. He said, every question I had, you done answered it, Sheik. How can I be a student? And this is a European man. A professor. And you telling me we ain't reaching these regular Moors, these so-called misnomer black people, these so-called spiritual people, these brothers that got a third grade education and a college education? We got everything for you. We the whole body. We got everything you need at the BBT. Each sign has a specific role and impact, just as each ball on the table has a place in the effect of the game. Islam? Go to the next one.
Islam.
Anybody got something they want to add on that before I go to the main topic?
Islam. I just say too.
Yeah, so you said
Go ahead, no.
I was just saying in third grade education, yeah, you can't reach them. Because they think that they get to skip all those other classes, all those other grades in academia and get to the college level education.
Islam. Islam.
And that's why the people that are in college are seeking knowledge.
Islam.
That's it.
Islam, though. I mean, when you look at your watch every day, you're watching, and if you got a dial on it, it's basically you're looking at the zodiac. But what happens is when we got to understand too that we're all of these. You know what I'm saying? I know we know these, but for those that's listening, you go and analyze your sign, right? And if you study, you might analyze your moon and your rising. But you're all 12.
Yes.
So it's not, don't cut half the part of yourself off, right? We trying to put the cap on. You know what I'm saying? Complete our cornerstone, because this is the method and the way that we get there. But we got to understand that we're not segmenting, east of these 30 degrees. We all 360 degrees. So we got to understand each and every sign.
Islam, Noble Alonzo, very well put. And I'm glad you said that. I said, listen, we are all of these. If it's above, it's below. If it's 12 constellations in the atmosphere, it's in your brain. We are all we have all these in us. Those are different feelings. Those are different understandings. That's why I say you don't cut yourself off. We synchronize in these teachings. This is the triple roll. So yes. So when people talk about they want to go through the adapt chamber, they want to do this, you got to come to class, because the adapt chamber is just not no one class. It's being a student. And you will know when you at that level. You will know, because the questions I ask and the understanding that you're going to be on, you're going to know you're ready for the world. You're going to know. You're going to have all this embedded in you. It's going to be in you. It's going to be your memory card. So let's deal with this analogy of the biblical scriptures, and then we out of here. I'm going to give you some scripture as well, because everything don't have to be long and complex. It can be real simple, and I want y'all to study and read. Just like yesterday, I gave y'all the documents. When I ask for donations in school and people come to class and I say, well, if you give a donation, I'm going to give it to you. So you can study it at home. And when you come back through the week, you can ask questions. You can join us privately. You can join us and you can ask questions. But you can't ask questions on here on YouTube and on Facebook. Why? Because we can't hear you. But when you are a guest, when you on private StreamYard with us, that's when it becomes personal. That's when you become a student. When you stick with us for a while, you get school ID. You get your religious exempt. You get other pieces of documents that come with being a part of a nation, a part of a tribe that's real on paper. And you proclaim, declare, and have due process. I teach you this. I teach your children this. And then you will start wearing your fez, your turban, your shemag with pride. Then you can ask questions when people ask you questions about your turban and your fez. When your kids go to school with a turban and fez, and they can speak eloquently with a silver tongue of what their turban and fez represents. They can speak clearly on the 13th, the 14th, the 15th Amendment. They can speak clearly on the Declaration of Human Rights. They can speak clearly on the religious rights of the indigenous people of what they have, the freedoms and the right to do, and not to assimilate, but to have their God man and operate under the religious laws. This is the understanding that our children should have. This is the understanding that we should have, because I'm with reparations, but no misnomer, Negro, black, or color is going to get reparations. The only person who's going to get reparations is for the person that created you. And this is what I teach all students, no matter what color you are. Why? Because the European wrote the book that the Negro is a beast. I agree. When people are like, what do you mean the Negro is a beast? Yeah, when you understand the concepts, when you understand the teachings, the Negro don't have no freedom rights. The Negro is created like an animal. When you understand that, you don't have any human rights that the Creator give you. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So I want us to understand that. So let's deal with this teachings, and we're going to get out of here. And nobles, speak up when y'all want to. So write these scriptures down, because I use scripture for ammo, for your gun, to shoot. Not to believe in some analogy, a parable, and symbology, and you don't know it, and you don't know the etymology, so you take everything for face value with no science, with no inner meaning to get you where you need to be. So, Genesis 3 and 6. Remember Genesis 3 and 6. Mother Eve, when she observed the fruit of the forbidden tree of knowledge, became convinced that it looked desirable to the eye, having the outwardly pleasing form. But she soon found out that the inner core contained death. Remember, that's like some food. Somebody's be eating honey buns all day. Ooh, these taste good. But then that inner core is death. Why? High blood pressure, diabetes, right? Right?
Indeed.
But you eating it, that you thinking, oh, this food is not food because it smell good. It wasn't even created to be food. It go to strictly waste. McDonald's, that's not food. It go to strictly waste. None of the stuff spoils. It goes to waste. So you're looking at something on the outside thinking it's good, but when you ingest it, it's slow death. By looking at the surface appearances only, the entire human race. The entire human race. Absolutely, BG. Share this with y'all family. I'm on YouTube as well, y'all. Share this. Get the likes up. Get all the likes up. Get the likes up. If we on YouTube, get the likes up. Because we're not going to go viral for being no niggerly changing the mission. We're going to go viral for teaching this science. Going back like the elders do and synchronizing it. I'm all that. I'm Dr. Ben. I'm Ivan Van Sertima. I'm John Henry Clark. I'm Dr. York in the perfect aspect. I'm Khalid Muhammad. I'm all that in one. Just like if we got a LeBron James in every dispensation, we got God men in every dispensation. Because pertaining to our 101s, a prophet and an angel is a man or a woman clothed in the flesh that's coming to give you divine teachings or give you a warning. How? Not to be dumb and blind. Not to just listen to somebody because they got a suit and a tie on. Like they can be fact checked. You can fact check everything that I'm speaking on. Why? Because I already done the fact check in academia. I already been challenged. So when I come to y'all, I'm coming after an authority figure with love. And if y'all need any books and manuscripts, I have a full library with over 1 million books and documents. I told y'all, today for a $40 donation, you get Exuna of the Nation. And for another $40 donation, you get Atlantis of Latter Days. And they both hundreds of dollars on Amazon. I be trying to tell people, when y'all catch me in my spiritual head, that's when I give gifts. But by contrast, listen to this. Goodness or genuineness does not reside on the outer, but deep within the core. When everybody be talking about, oh, I'm gonna rock with you, Sheik, because I'm a good person. I ain't looking at no good deeds to determine if you was a good person. That don't mean nothing to me. I'm not gonna hire Alonzo because he a good person and I need somebody to be a brick mason and we building a brick structure. But I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna hire Alonzo just because he a good person and I can't even teach Alonzo how to lay the bricks and how to make the cement. He don't even want to learn. He just say, hire me. He don't even want to use the tools. No, I don't care about that. I don't care about that if you don't have the aptitude to learn. That's the problem with these Moors, adult Moors. Oh, I'm a Sheik. Oh, they got these titles on themselves. But what application? You don't even like high school. You don't even like words. You don't even like math. You don't even like using a compass and square. And you call yourself an adept and a Sheik based off what? Whether we are looking at fruit, automobiles, computers, people, we must concern ourselves more with the subnormal, with the inner, what's understood, what's under the hood, per se, rather than the outward appearance. Because if you go to somebody's burial and they burial as an Egyptian, you be like, oh, that's an Egyptian. Man, he might have just bought all that stuff off Amazon. He like the Egyptian clothes. He ain't under no Egyptian science. Or you see a brother in a tunic or something and say, oh, he a Moor and don't study nowhere. He just dressed up. He a sovereign citizen. On the internet, talk about he getting ready to overthrow the government and he finna go to jail and everybody that follow him finna go to jail. And I don't want to say names, but all those sovereign citizens, all those Ride of the Moors and all that, the consulate general of Morocco, they all in prison. All that Sharifian officer, the lady talk about she this and she something, Sharif is an officer, they all in jail or them been in jail. And that ain't what we do. That ain't how I teach no science because we not no criminals. Sometimes we use sincere as a synonym for goodness or genuineness. Sincere has an interesting etymology. Here we go with etymology. The two Latin words, the sin, meaning without, and the cerus, meaning wax, makes up the composite term. It seems that in ancient times, when a marble column or a statue began to show cracks, the fishers would make masks with resin, pitch, or a type of wax. The artisan intended to deceive by concealing the cracks. So sincere, however, means having nothing to hide. What you see is what you get when I say, hey, I'm sincere. Or when you put it all out there and when you say, hey man, I put this for y'all can see. I'm transparent. Transparent for you can see. We're not trying to hide nothing. When I say it's nothing secret with me, it's sacred. I mean, I take this serious. When I'm removing all the veils of religious dogma, I'm moving all the veil of so-called secret societies and why your dad was a Mason and he didn't teach you nothing because he took an oath. I initiate you in the science. There's nothing wrong with initiation, just like going through the ranks of academia or going through the ranks of Wing Chun martial arts. We don't have nothing to hide. We are initiated through the wisdom. You want to be initiated through the wisdom. If not, you just a rogue. So you got insecure, suggests that someone is concealing a flaw, making something appear to have quality when it, in truth, is defective. Like when these people say they can nationalize you or denationalize you. That's a game. When you talk about, oh, I done claim my nationality and I need somebody to change my status. You playing the game. You playing the game because whoever you dealing with see that you an idiot and they see dollar signs in your head and they finna get some dollars from you. But when they come to me, I diffuse all that fake stuff. All of it. Because you should want the right science, not anything somebody will just sell you for $1. Y'all with me, nobles?
Islam, Chief.
So, in this raw, in this natural state, you say what? You say what, Malik?
I was just saying Islam.
Islam, no.
Islam.
So, in this raw, in this natural state, y'all, the inner core of mankind is rotten and detestable, deceitful above all things. That's Jeremiah chapter 17 and 9. I told you, when a lot of these Moors got a motive because they know most of the average people don't know the science and they don't know the science neither. So if they don't know the science, they coming back and they acting as paper terrorists and you so excited to get a piece of paper. To talk about, oh, I don't have to drive no license, the squatting houses and giving up all your stuff to where you look like a fool. And you a domestic terrorist, foreign and abroad, right here. God realized that the human heart will have an inclination toward evil, even though human lips would outwardly proclaim its goodness. That's in Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 29 and 30. See, the Holy Spirit knew this, just like with these Moors. The Holy Spirit knew that he was going to throw out a tsunami and lock all the Moors up there, acting like they some sovereign citizens, acting like they gonna nationalize you and do all this like it's some old other law. He was gonna clear it all out for us. I already knew it was gonna happen. Y'all knew it was gonna happen. And now look at us. We still here. I go into the prisons. All the judges, the police know us. We still here. And we gonna continue to operate. We gonna still be here while all these brothers go to jail. The Almighty thus designed human beings so that character development will proceed from the inside out. See, these brothers don't operate on character development. They still doing the same thing. When I was a child, I act like a child. I talk like a child. I dress like a child. These brothers are still deceiving people because they lost due to a lack of knowledge because they refuse to learn. They paper terrorists. You still think you can buy your freedom?
Islam. They not using their tools, Sheikh.
Nope.
That's that character development.
Come on. I speak about it all day, Noble Alonzo. When Moors be getting in trouble, I say, where you got this from? You ain't get this from no European, so stop lying and talk about the European is the devil. Stop that. No, you the devil. And the cronies that you dealt with, whoever you dealt with on the internet, talk about this much, Shiki, Nasla, you ain't dealing with character development. You totally off the Moorish Quran. You not dealing with the divine. You jumping right in criminal behavior. You a cult. You a militia. That's what you are. You a sovereign citizen Negro with a fez on, and you're gonna be in jail right next to the European militia. It's just what it is. I don't care how mad you be. You're gonna be a paper terrorist, point blank. And everybody know it. And if you use any language, talk about you some sovereign citizen, that's code word for get your head bust wide open, point blank. In Hebrews 8 and 10 and 16, verse 10 and 16, a quotation from Jeremiah 31 and 33. Yahweh reveals the process through which the wickedness of carnal men and carnal human beings may become transformed into the wholeness, into the goodness of godly character. I will put my laws in their minds and write it on their hearts. But see, do you believe in the Bible? Yes, I believe in the science of the Bible, fool. If that's the case, what our prophet, he would have never came up with the Quran. The Quran come from the Bible as well, come from the Brahmin text, come from the Vedas. Come from the unto the eye grant. What you talk about, smart guy? Oh, I don't deal with the Bible. Well, you don't deal with our Moorish Quran. You operate on your own understanding, and I ain't rocking with you. You see? That's what's wrong with these people. I've been dealing with Moors. They don't even have the Moorish Quran. How can you be a Moor and you don't have the Moorish Quran? It's only 55 pages per so. I'll give it to you for free. For a small donation. If you get another one of my books, I'll give it to you for free. It'll fact check you. I'll give you the Silent Brotherhood of the East. I'll give you the Catechism to understanding the Quran. I'll give you the Discover Key questionnaires. I'll give you the SO workbook. I'll give you the Quranic study guide for you can have a clear understanding on what you're not doing right. And then you'll be like, I done messed up. Yeah, you messed up. Then I'll give you the booklet how the temple was set up to show you that nobody can nationalize you or denationalize you. I'll show you how words synchronize. But my brothers and sisters are not there yet because they think they can buy something. And the only thing you can buy is a free ticket to jail. That's all you're gonna buy. And we cannot expect goodness to emerge any other way than from the inside out. In scientific terms, nobles, we could say that the genotype, the genetic constitution of a thing, it always determines the phenotype. I hope y'all caught that. In the Bible, it says it takes the invisible to see the things that's seen with the eye. I'm saying the same thing. That's why I said these brothers that wear the fez, that don't understand that fez supposed to be understanding, and you dissing everything and you jumping on the internet talking about the white man this and this, that, and the other. It's something wrong with you. It's something clearly wrong with you. Yahshua the Messiah suggests that in Matthew chapter 7, verse 18, a good tree cannot bear bad fruit. It can't. Nor can a bad tree bear good fruit. James make a similar comment, Can a fig tree, my brethren, bear olives, or a grapevine bear fig trees? That's in James 3:12. I told you I can get science out of everything. Just like when you go into the 1599 Geneva Bible, it don't call you a Negro or color or African American. It call you a blackamoor. It's describing the color of the Moor that they see during the Geneva times. Just like a swarthy Moor, just like a brunette Moor. Those are color, just like when you go to the Netherlands and you deal with Swarty Piet, aka Black Pete. Y'all don't even know this. When you look at the Corsica flag, look at this symbology. The world knows this, but most of these Negro Moorish teachers on the internet act like they got some power and they can nationalize you while they collecting money from you, and they've been informants for a long time. And when I say informant and when I say COINTELPRO, I just mean giving you false information because they sincere on giving you false information. You can't take that stuff to court. It'll be easily destroyed because it's not precedented. It's no doc number. It's not, you can't even find it under the Free Information Act. It's a whole bunch of Negroes playing Monopoly with you, playing traffic court with you, and that ain't what we do. See, I can go to different motivational speaking. It's a science called the aphorism, aphorism. It's a book that I like to read from Stephen Covey. And one of the quotes that he made, which I write so many quotes, and I'm like, when you think positive and when you have these positive attributes, it's nothing going to be new under the sun. All of it's going to synchronize. I don't care what color you are. When you deal with the power of the mind, I don't care what color you are. You're dealing with Sufism. You're dealing with that sacredness, science of the alphabet, of the Alph. You're dealing with supreme Hika. You're dealing with mathematics. You're dealing with alchemy. You're dealing with the zodiacs. You're dealing with Kabbalistically speaking and understanding. Saying you cannot have the fruits without the roots, and you cannot change the fruit without changing the roots. So the process of conversion, I like to say resurrecting, because I ain't converting you to nothing. I'm resurrecting you back to your original state before you were tampered with. Because most Negro blacks in color, when they get an old school car, Noble Alonzo, they just put rims and bang on it. They don't put it back to its original state before it came off the showroom floor to give it all its value. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving you all your value. I'm showing you, like in the Bible, without spot or blemish. I'm showing you what the Creator created you are. You can't be Negro, black, and color, or African American. You can't. You can't, because man created that. Allah didn't create that. The Creator didn't create that. And they give you all your unalienable rights, life, liberty, and a pursuit of happiness. So when you operate as a Negro, black, or color, or even a Christian, I don't care if you black or even a Freemason, no matter if you free or slave, you still a slave. It doesn't matter. And when you use those words to denote as slavery, we'll never be who we need to be, because our brothers and sisters are lost due to a lack of knowledge. We are lost due to history. If our freedom is connected to law, well, then that means you got to go through more science and you got to go through the courts. You can't say, oh, we black people, and then talk about law, because according to science and law, black is death, silver mortis. So anybody coming to you with that black stuff and that straight out of Africa stuff and trying to play law, you got to run from them. Why? Because clearly they don't know law. Clearly. You can't call yourself, oh, I'm a black man and I know law. Well, how? Because according to science and law, black is deaf. Pertaining to nationality, Alonzo, how?
Off the top.
How?
You got to have, listen, you got to have ears to hear. Because they're going to tell you right off, you just got to listen.
Come on. That's what I'll be telling you. And that's what I'll be telling people. I said, dude, well, can you take me through the adapt chamber? Come to class. Because if we're dealing with the 13th, the 14th, the 15th Amendment, if we're dealing with Constitution and we dealing with manumission, you getting it in class. You should have caught that. You'd be like, wait a minute. You should have went to the declarations. You should have fact checked all that. You would have went to the House Joint Resolution. You would have went to the Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15. You would have been in there, so you would have confidence, because I've been uncourted you for a while, and you can go into the law books. You can ask any European, even when they say persons, that just switch you to another ownership. You got to understand this. Even the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it identifies 2 warring paradigms that now compete for society's hearts and minds. This is what people are dealing with. I call it the lower or the higher. When I talk about the pendulum swinging the same way to the left as it does to the right, deal with the science. When I'm talking about what's above is below, I hope we dealing with the science. You know? Think about it. The personality ethic versus the character ethic. You see? Public figures from the presidents to the city misnomers have attempted to discard the character ethic. So a lot of times when you're dealing with politics, they get rid of the character ethic. They're getting rid of that. They're just dealing with a whole bunch of stuff. Just like I deal with my brothers and sisters, nobles, and y'all know it. Right now, it's politic time. I can't sit a Democrat brother down and ask them, okay, what's the law and policy? I can't sit a brother down and they operate under the DEI. Do you know that diversitive, that's the ethnic inclusiveness, and I say, okay, well, what's the black agenda that Kamala Harris has have? What you mean, ain't one? I know, because she told you they ain't one. I don't have a dog in the fight. I operate on law and policy. So if you don't know law and policy, you just voting for a CEO. I done sat down and asked so many people dealing with civics, especially my people, Democrat or Republic, they can't even act, they can't answer none of my questions. When they say, well, you black, I say, I'm not black. Black is beautiful. I'm an American. I'm a Moorish American. So what's the law and policy when all my Democratic friends be coming at me? They can't tell me nothing. I say, what's the misnomer black agenda? They can't tell me nothing. I say, well, who you gonna hold accountable so when these people got your vote and it don't happen? You know what they say, Noble Alonzo? You know what they say?
What they say?
Nothing. It'd be crickets. Oh, I never thought about that. I said, I know you haven't thought about that because stuff is already done. Nobody is voted on. They already selected. Wow, through the Electoral College. If you don't know this, you lost due to a lack of knowledge. I don't care what nobody say. I can sit you down and show you all these politicians. They all part of one house and you don't know it. It's a game. It's a game. And nobody right now can tell me what's the law and policy, the Democratic law and policy, or what's the black vote, what's the black agenda. Let me tell you, it can't be no agenda. Noble Malik, Noble Alonzo, you know why it can't be a black agenda? Do you know why? Do anybody know why? Anybody say yes or no?
No.
Nobles, you know why? Any of my nobles?
They're not a, it's just not a nationality.
Come on.
It's not official.
Come on.
It's not a people, it's not a community.
Come on, Noble Don. Do you see how simple that is? You erase all emotion. You come to class. It's like if I say, now answer the question. Well, you can't answer the question on emotion. They're gonna be like, I'm still gonna fail you. I don't give a damn how passionate you are about the wrong answer. Retardo, fardo. I'm still marking you wrong. I don't care how passionate you are about the wrong answer. It's wrong. I don't care if you get to break it down your whole family history. I say, well, your whole family wrong for eating slave food, for eating chitlins and giving it to your kids. They had to eat that mess. Now you don't put hot sauce on it and talk about it's good. Them intestines ain't good with no boo-boo on it. You a lie. That wasn't no food. So exactly.
She hasn't never said that she was black. But they won't say it and admit it, but Kamala, she's never actually said that she's a part of that.
Well,
she actually said that she can't do anything.
Yes, at one point she said she was Indian and all that, but then now she's saying she black. So I get the game they play. Obama never said he was black. He said, according to science and law, black mean deaf. He told y'all the law. He told y'all the law. So this black people being emotional, Noble Dantes, when I tell people, because we don't know constitutional law. We don't know nationality. We don't know what's our nationality. We don't know what's our race. We don't know what our status is. Our status is free white. So this is a black agenda. It's a black game. And they just want to, and so I play the black game to get votes. How can it be a black agenda and according to science and law, black means deaf? It can never be one. They know this. But we don't. We play a game, we get all emotional. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Man, you a joke. Are y'all following what I'm saying?
Indeed,
you see? That's what we're talking about. We now have experienced a whole generation of press box politicians who have no ethical core or genuine convictions. They rely totally on opinion, polls, buzzwords, current trends for leadership direction, pandering to the basis of human instincts. That's what we do. They get us on emotion. They get us on scare tactics. Oh, Y2K finna happen. The world finna end. Get the shot and all that. But the religious laws protect all this. That's what y'all gotta know. The religious laws protect everything. If you part of a religious tribe, it protect y'all. Just like the Mormon, just like the Latter-day Saints. They don't participate in nothing to do with the government. They don't stand up for the national anthem. You don't see nobody trying to protest against the Latter-day Saints and the Jehovah's Witness because they know this. They know the law. We should know the law. Why? Because the religious laws trump everything else. You got to know this. It's your protection. And y'all don't know this. We don't know this. Contrasting the results of the personality ethic with the character ethic, it conveys and it warns if our words and our actions came from superficial human relations techniques. When I talk about Tavistock Institution of Human Engineering by John Coleman, all this stuff is old, y'all. Open up the science and you'll be able to play your life. How? It's us coming together, having a community. It's a nation is a nation. This is what we got to understand. If they had Black Wall Street back then and all those misnomer black people coming together, why we can't do it today? And everybody got a job and everybody say they educated with letters behind their head. Everybody making hundreds of thousands of dollars. We got less than what they had back then. Why? Because we scattered and we don't know how to come together and use our tax dollars to build. That's what this is about. We giving our money away to Uncle Sam and they laughing at us. The powers that be laughing at us. My European Jewish colleagues laughing at us. They're like, they don't know that you are a Melchizedek. They don't know that they can donate to you and you can give them a tax exempt receipt and y'all can build y'all infrastructure. Shame on you misnomer Negroes. Y'all ain't gonna never have nothing. We vote for law and policy. Wasn't marijuana illegal in some states for recreation at one point in time? Yes or no, y'all? Right? I know it. Now marijuana is legal in states because you vote for law and policy. You vote for law and policy. Even if he's trying to express goodness, it will be seen as a fraud. It's just like a person that's drunk. You're going to know that they're drunk. You don't know that they abuse it. You're going to smell it. They're going to be talking all slurred. They're not going to be looking the same as they used to look. Why? Because that spirit took over. He illustrates the dichotomy between the character ethic and the personal ethic by using an analogy of a baseball as compared to a basketball. Watch this, y'all. Beautiful analogy. A baseball representing the character ethic. It has a firm core. It has a hard rubber center that we can compare to Yahweh's or Allah's laws. Around this foundational nucleus, a layer upon layer of string represents instructions, family. Is wrapped over time. The horsehide compares to the personality, which is firmly stitched to the teachings and the essential core by Yahweh's spirit. Conversely, a basketball stands for the personality ethic. While it may have a handsome leather cover, remember, it's just a cover. Nothing supports it but air. Just like when I call these Moors, man, you lift that fez off of their head, it ain't nothing but air in their head. What's that candy called? An airhead? That's all these nobles be. Or it can be a dunce hat to a lot of these Moors. Sit there and retire themselves in the corner, playing a game with the courts, and they go to court and get locked up. But then I thought you knew the law. I thought y'all knew the law. They got court-appointed attorneys and they plead to lesser charges. But I thought you knew the law. You got court-appointed attorneys and all this stuff defending you in court. Man, gone. It's inflated. It's vain. And without Yahweh's spirit, the heart of man is hostile to Yahweh and his law. You can find that in Romans 8 and 7. And as we saw earlier in the biblical scripture, Jeremiah opts for a godly heart transplant, a procedure that Ezekiel also described. It's in there. When I tell people we need to get a flush and fill and reboot our hard drive, a lot of people need a heart transplant. That's what I tell people. So I don't care if a whole bunch of people on the internet be inboxing me and they call themselves Moors, and then I watch their page. I see how they interacting with different nationalities, with Europeans and misnomer Chinese, and they operating on hate. They calling people the devil and all that. I said, that's blasphemy. Only hate and selfish is how you've been raised, because I know more misnomer Negroes and Moors that'll kill you or act like this gang banging over wisdom, and they poor than a Chinese Mexican, and it ain't even such thing as a Chinese Mexican, and these people poor, and they living with women on Section 8. That's what I know. That's why I call a lot of these Moors poor science. Why? Because every Moor that jump on my page, that's the first thing they say, well, I don't have this and I'm finna find a job. That's why I say you can't never compare Moor science to so-called organized Christianity or Al-Islam. Why? Because they organize. Because they help each other. Moor science is a whole bunch of fascist groups. We using the same books, and these Negroes can't even believe on the same thing. They don't even have temples. That's the problem. And we changing that with the BBT. That's why I will give you an undivided heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Then you will follow my decrees and be careful to keep my laws. They will be my people and I will be their God. That's Ezekiel 11, 19, and 20. The Holy Spirit considers this principle so important that it's repeated in Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 27. True goodness can neither be faked nor externally attached to impress another, because you will see that you're a fraud. Without a change in your roots, we cannot hope to see a change in the fruit. Yet with Allah's spirit placed at our core, the spiritual fruit of goodness, which is in Galatians 5 and 21 and 22, will emanate from within. And so that's what I wanted to share today, man. Like I said, it don't even have to be long today. I wanted to show y'all that it have to change within. I don't care if you read some book and your heart hasn't changed, and then you go out in the world and you still be a radical and you still act like it's some another law. Like the prophet told us, we got to make some new constitution, and you clearly lost because you don't have ears to listen and your mind is not open to, how can I say, even take the wisdom, because you're trying to build on rebel. You got to destroy everything first and rebuild. If not, you basing your understanding on foundation that's not solid. So with that being said, man, I give y'all love. I say Islam, gratitude for taking time out y'all day. Do anybody got anything they want to add on to this?
It's gratitude, Sheik. Gratitude for the demonstration today. Gratitude for making it simple for a child to understand it. Just walking it step by step.
Gratitude, Noble Alonzo. It's a step-by-step process, and I'm laying it out for you can read it, for you can study it, for you can see the synchronicity, so you can get out all that hate that a lot of these grown Moors have today. You should have been out your hate, especially if you are Moor today with all the access of information. You should have been let that hate go. You should have been put down that color, that color scheme when it got to do with Allah's love for man, for woman, for animals and plants. You should have been put that biasness down, because we don't operate like that in Moorish science. That's all hate. We operate on love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, my 2 cents, health, and wealth. We operate on an understanding, something applicable. We take these keys, we take these lessons, and we go out in the world. That's what this is about, this application. We not hide under no ground. We are educators. We are the teachers. And I tell every Moor that have a child, what do you want your child to be? I know a lot of these Moors that spew hate on the internet. I know you can't teach your children nothing, or your wife. They think you done flipped the bucket. And here at the Morris, at the BBT, we trying to resurrect these teachings, man. We trying to resurrect these teachings. So I want us to be careful with our heart and with our science. That's why a lot of men are afraid to wear the fez and turban, because they think more science is that stuff they get on the internet with all those sovereign citizens, all those claiming some paperwork, and you think somebody finna nationalize you, and you think you finna take some paper you done got from some lady off the internet playing Monopoly with you, and you finna get some free money, and the only thing you're gonna get free is a hard bed in jail. I'm telling you, these is facts. So with that being said, man, we must deal with the divine first, and everything will happen. With that being said, man, do anybody got anything they want to share? If not, we out of here, man. Anybody?
As long as I was just gonna say, as far as the subtopic and the analogy of the pool game, it just takes us back to just those 12 steps. And it's the 12 steps of character development, and just being able to come to that understanding through the application. So it's just kind of bringing me back to that, and just the way. We know the way by going through it each and every day, doing the same thing each and every day, until we manifest what it is we're going after, what it is we're trying to accomplish or become. So Islam and gratitude for the teachers.
Man, Islam to you, Noble Dantes, and just the wisdom, just the growth. That's why I said a God man always want to be around wisdom, want to be around that Sophia, and that divine feminine is in all y'all. That's why I said I asked for this. My life is the science, because I'm continuing to perfect myself. And we all going to come together and we building a perfect body. That's what this is about. As I hear the wisdom, as I hear the growth, like the 12-step ladder, the 12 apostles, all that dealing with character development, our workman tools. That's what this is about. That's what this is about every day, figuring it out to where our life start to slow down. This is the more science. This is our navigation. This ain't us coming together to talk about overthrowing some government with all that fake stuff. This not this. This not us going around mad at the European, the Albion, or the Tralodite, mad at the European Jew. We ain't mad at them, mad at the Christian. They got a part of Allah, a part of Yahweh. That's what they only know. But here it is, we coming in, synchronizing the teaching, showing them both ways. That's what we do. That's what a God man does. We deal with understanding. And if we don't understand, we can walk out the house and still be who we are. Why? Because the world know who we are. The laws deal with who we are. And we're not arbitrarily explaining anything. That's what I'm trying to convey to these lost Moors in North America, that you don't have to separate yourself. I don't separate myself. I go in all houses as a God man, and I teach that science as I'm supposed to, because our people are all over. All of our family members don't identify as Moors. All of our family members don't identify as Christian, where I say 90% do. All of our family don't operate as Al-Islams or Freemasons or Egyptologists. But if you operate on a higher level of science, we should be able to sit you down and teach you something based on principle and based on universal science of the zodiacs and language and etymology and history and law. And that's where we missing as a people. This the stuff we should be teaching our kids. This the stuff that women, when they have babies, you should be teaching this in the womb. This is the science that you should be teaching in the womb, when your baby can come out and you can have a man child per se. You can come out as the golden child per se. When y'all watch the movie Golden Child with Eddie Murphy, and that young kid already had that special power. Well, they were just talking about something inside, showing y'all outside, and nobody never caught it. All that stuff was embedded in the Golden Child. Why? Based on his culture, based off his eating habits, to where he just ate eucalyptus leaves and all that, and he just did certain things. How? Based off his higher science. We got to go back to what we know. This is what I try to teach people. How? The higher level of understanding. We're using the same books. So what is the science saying on a higher plane of understanding? That's what we do here at the BBT. So once again, I want to give y'all love, taking time out y'all day. And if anybody gave a donation to our school, y'all got my email. I told y'all, hit me up. It's Goodman, GOODMAN, KHARY @gmail.com. Hit me up. Inbox me. My office number is 602-473-8767. Hit me up. I respond. I want you to be part of our private teachings. And if you donated anything, like I said, if you donate to our Venmo, which is bbtsciencetemple.com on Venmo, or if you donated on Zelle to our phone number, 602-473-8767, please leave me an email so I can talk to you, so I can invite you to class, so y'all can be sitting here with us. Because we want everybody to learn, and we want everybody to ask questions. You can't get to a place of understanding if you're dealing with someone and you can't ask questions. That's what we do here at the BBT. I want people to ask questions, as Noble Alonzo and Noble Malik and Barclay usually say. People got questions. We're at the BBT. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to put you in the right perspective to get the right answer. I'm never going to arbitrarily explain nothing to you, because you shouldn't care what I feel. You should care what I know and what I can prove. And 1 Thessalonians 5:21 is prove all things and hold fast to what is good. I'm a mathematician. When you're dealing with me, get rid of everything except law and mathematics, because we're here to learn. What? To learn who we are. Hosea, 4:6. My people are lost due to a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed due to a lack of knowledge. Of what? Self. And if you have an understanding of self, then you connect yourself to the God within, because you can't be a Negro, Black, or colored, or African American. Now you're connecting yourself to law and the holy books. Now you're connecting yourself to the two witnesses that was took from you from slavery, which is your nationality and your spirituality. You got to understand this. You got to change your language. You must change your language that you use, that you identify with. I promise y'all that.
You know what? Before we sign out, if I can, the Moorish American Light of Ali, one of your books that you divinely prepared, put together, these 3 paragraphs right there will basically sum up and really directly point to all that we just discussed right here, meaning it will shine a light on that and illuminate it. So it reads, when Moors understand all law, the responsibility is to aid our brothers and sisters to be of use to our country and nation, to uplift ourselves and take every opportunity to participate in the uplifting of others, to know our God and submit to his will for our our lives. Such is the duty of all men and women. But the carnal man never want the light. They love the dark because their deeds are evil. Every true and divine prophet must contend with the initial rejection and harsh treatment. Their messages are almost always universally rejected at first, and never the message that the people desire to hear. Carnal-minded men love empty forms, the pomp and circumstance, pageantry, and the extravagance of eye-pleasing ceremonies, all the glamour of pretensions, after which there is nothing more required. Moors must understand, of all knowledge, self-knowledge is important, but God knowledge is vitally important. One without knowledge of self is like a tree without roots. One without knowledge of God has yet to become a tree. Moors understand that anger is a plus. Our good energy, when harnessed and focused by the power of a connected or concentrated thought, is effective fuel, a motivating power capable of energizing and directing Moors, enabling Moors to perform at maximum strength, to perform the most difficult tasks or endure the most strenuous circumstances in order to reach our desired goals.
Islam. That's in one of which one of the book? That's in one of my books, ain't it?
Islam, that's what I said. The Moorish American Light of Ali. So that's the Sufism.
Yeah.
That's Islam.
Yep. See, nobles, y'all need all these manuscripts that I put together, because if I done put together about like 10 manuscripts of the science, and if you have these manuscripts, you can fact check yourself. So when someone coming with that arbitrary or with that magicry, you'll already shut it down. Why? Because you will have something already. A lot of Moors don't have nothing, Noble Alonzo. So that's why I tell people, when y'all hear and I ask for small donations, like say somebody gave a $50 donation, I give y'all all those books with the science. I give you 4 books. You can have that. You can have that. So you can study it on your own. You can ask questions. We wrote this. I got a book that tell you about the Fez, the Light of Ali, the Divine Creed of Moorish Islam, Sufism, what is it? The Moorish Salat, and how the BBT believe. All those will give you a clear understanding and a base, or AKA a schoolmaster. So you don't walk out the house, Noble Alonzo, with your eyes wide shut. When somebody coming to you with a trick, you won't be all excited. You'll be like, man, go on with that. Or you would just tell them to go on with peace, because you already at a place of understanding. You don't have to get something and then have to be beat down and say, man, I did this and I did this. You will already be walking straight and narrow. You don't have to go back and repeat things. You will be walking straight and narrow. Why? Because you was willing to learn first. You was willing to learn as a student. So all these manuscripts that I have, when I ask for donations, you can get them and read them. That's why I ask for donations. Yes, to help us with our school, but we have product for you can learn. So I give gratitude for pulling that out, Noble Alonzo, out of my book, Sufism and the Triple Road of the Adapt Chamber. I think that's the Light of Ali.
Yes.
It's there. That's why I said it's in the teachings. If I was your teacher or your professor, I'll say, okay, well, Alonzo just gave you the answers. Where's that? I don't know. Well, Alonzo will be like, well, Sheik Gun wrote 10 manuals for us. You ain't went through it. He done told you what's going to be on the test. He done highlighted all the answers. You should have this because I gave you the tools. So anytime something comes to you, you can go back in your hippocampus and be like, I already got this lined up in your studies. It's certain prerequisite stuff that we're going to have in line that the average Moor that been following Moor science for years, they're not going to be there yet. Y'all can go right to your teachers and be like, well, nope, that's not valid. You can't be a sovereign citizen. No one can nationalize you. Declaration of Human Rights, Article 15, House Joint Resolution, blah, blah, blah. What is manumissions? You got all that. What the Fed is about, the SO and the XO, all that. Kabbalistically speaking, we have that. We have the laws. We have what it takes to free ourselves from freedom. What Alonzo said, it's a lot of our brothers that's, I hate to say it, illiterate, and they don't want to take the time to learn. They want somebody to give them something. And the only thing you're going to get is a free trip to jail.
Free trip to jail. This how you summed it up right here. This is what we're going to do. This is how you summed it up. You said Moors, as an individual and collective body, must of necessity be determined to act according to law. Only those that abide within the law, or other words, law-abiding citizens, if you will, can demand equal protection and application of law directives to the body or the people in government, which are regulated by the law of the land and to which the law gives life. Watch this. All other individuals are criminals, aliens, undesirables, exist outside of the protection parameters of the law, which are what? they're considered outlaws,
Yep.
are classified and treated as enemies of the peace and retain the barest rights under this Constitution. That I say Islam.
Islam, Noble Lonzo. I mean, there it go. And then you get all the more. Well, what about this? Well, what about it? And now we'll be like, man, what about it? If I was a multimillionaire, I mean, what about it? We don't deal with those osmosis. We deal with the law. And the facts of the matter is, you're going to go to court and play a game, and they're going to use the law to hangman you. These is facts. So gratitude, Noble Alonzo, for pulling that out. We operate in the law. We are in the Constitution. We ain't trying to make up no new Constitution. We ain't trying to make up nothing. Why? And we all in it. The prophet built the house, put the furniture in it. All we doing now is living in it. All we doing now is resurrecting these teachings, and we all in the Constitution. We all in the we the people. We all in a preamble. We are the Liberty Bell. If you understand that that's your fez with the gong, and you don't even know it. We lost. We lost. Even when you read the black Christian codes, just because you've been baptized, you still a black slave. You still a black slave. That means nothing. That certificate means nothing. You still a slave. No doubt. If you call yourself Negro, black, and colored, you're under the black Christian codes or the black codes. Research it. And a lot of these laws have never been abolished. The Dred Scott law has never been overturned, y'all. They don't know this. So we definitely got to teach our nationality and our spirituality, which bring us our 5/5 back. We have to teach this from the pulpit to let our people know that we are a people collectively and we have a spirituality. That's what this is all about. And we're not here to diss nothing. We're here to resurrect our brothers and sisters back to our original state. So we wear our turban, we wear our fez, we wear our shemag, we wear our kufi, aka bonnet, and we wear our native regalia. And if y'all need anything from me, check our companies out, man, and don't hesitate to give donations to our temple and school. Gratitude, Noble Alonzo and everyone, for y'all time out y'all day and trusting me as y'all brother, trusting me as a map and a guide, as y'all become master students, as y'all become master teachers in y'all own right, as we take this stuff to everyone's city, as we build our small sites, y'all all are masters. And it's just the analogy of if you were taking martial arts somewhere, Malik, and your sensei didn't know how to work with his hands and feet and wasn't orthodox in the way I mean spiritual, and you find me, you don't have to dish your sensei. All you're doing is going to higher realms, and your sensei should respect that, and he should come be a student as well, because he'll have a group of people that'll lean to him if he's in a different area, and y'all bring it all to the storehouse. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. This is one nation. That's why I tell all my 5%ers. That's why I tell all my Masons, all my Christians, all my Egyptologists, brother, you are more. And once you understand that, you got to come from under all those oaths. You got to come from all that. You got to give Caesar back what is his and resurrect yourself. There's nothing wrong with making a decision when you made a mistake. But if you're dealing with me now today and I'm teaching you and you learning, you got to give it all. You got to change in a moment and a twinkling of an eye. And you got to get down or lay down per se, because we into the know. And that's where the sin happens, when we know and we still turn our back on it because we have a few dollars. But you're going to forget when things happen. You're going to remember that you're still a Negro, and Negroes have no rights. We are resurrecting these teachings. So once again, man, be proud of who y'all are. Be proud of your nationality. Be proud to wear your fez and your turban and your shemag. Be proud of your Moorish culture. And don't let no one disrespect it because they're coming from a place that they don't know. And we're not going to let these sovereign citizens on the internet, nobles, and these militia with a fez on give more science and give Noble Drew Ali and give a bad taste of what we're doing. Let it be a bad taste globally. No, it's only a small tittle that's taking the teachings out of context. Only a small tittle. But we're going to be here as a clean glass, continuing to teach and preach this science from love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And they're going to continue to see brothers loving each other and being in a regular world. So Islam and peace, y'all.
Wow.
We get our benediction from Noble Alonzo and we out of here.
Noble Dantes, you want to hit us with the map?
Islam. We can't go against what we are. We can't be above or below the law. We must carry out the law. We are that.
Islam.
Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, salvation by night and by day. Through the Holy Prophet, Noble Drew Ali, Shalom Malakim, Ayah Shahid, Islam, amen, peace, light, and illumination.
Peace.
Islam. BBT tells us benediction reads as follows. May the benediction of Allah be upon thee and thine always, as thou shouldst strive to be a credit to Allah. Make haste to bestow thine acts of love upon thy brethren, and do the best to shun thine evil ones. Remember to take suckle of the breast of knowledge, wisdom, fortitude, charity, love, and all standing, that you might nourish the souls of men. Let truth be the shield in the manifest battle of falsehood. Know that Moors need not to pick the lock to the gates of paradise by means of petty or criminal theft, for behold, the key to salvation already rests within thine own hands. And yes, even though a portion of our nature is weakness, instability, and inconstancy, there still is the greater part of our nature that is divine. May Allah protect thee, guide thee, preserve thee, lengthen thy age, and give thee everlasting peace. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Haq, Ya Muhammad. And at the BBT, when we say Al-Haq, that's one of the illustrious attributes of Allah, and it means the truth. And when we say Ya Muhammad, that's another attribute of Allah, and it means the protector. We at the BBT see ourselves as truth protector, and we cast our net out to all true and divine light seekers to come and join on to us. For the truth has no sides, for the truth is one, as man is with Allah. And with that, we say peace and love.
Peace, peace, Islam. Peace, 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 peace. And Novus, before we end, I'm gonna put in the text stream and let us know when we want to start our film night. I want to try to do it on Thursday, around like 6 p.m. So I'll just put in the text stream and then I'll email the film, and then whoever is able to play it on StreamYard, that'll work.
Gratitude. Islam. Peace and love. We're gonna go at an outro.
You know it.
Love.
Peace and love.
Spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man, nigga, me. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dream. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't. Really, it ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday thing. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay at night, I rest in peace. They remember me, but I am not around with me.
Gratitude, 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 everybody. Gratitude, gratitude, and gratitude, everybody that joined us today, man. I give you all love and honor. Please support our temple and school. If you gave a donation, I give you honors. Send me an email so we can talk. Make sure you get your literature. My email is Goodman, GOODMAN, KHARY @gmail.com. My office number is 602-473-8767. And let's correspond. Let me help you build your library. I have so many ancient books and manuscripts. Check out my book company, which is mypdfbooks.com. That's books with the Z, where I converted a whole bunch of books to PDF so you can download them on your tablet or go to Office Max or Staples and they'll print and bind them. My other company is called MoorishHaberdasher.com, where you can get all your Moorish American regalia and much, much more. Fez, turbans, shirts that we created, everything. So please support our temple and school. And if you like our services, donate, man. Like I said, today's donation, if you gave a $40 donation, I'll let you get Exhumed of the Nation. You can go on Amazon and see how much that is. It'll be a PDF. You can download it on your tablet. And I also offer it Atlantis of Latter Days for $40, which is like $180 on Amazon. So you're getting both of those books for only a $80 donation. So once again, I use Zelle at my number, 602-473-8767. And then we on Venmo, and you can download it on your phone. And it's our temple and school, which is Burning Bush Tabernacle at BBT Science Temple. I love y'all, man. Gratitude for your time. And anything you need, y'all, don't hesitate to email me. Don't hesitate to leave me a text. I'll get right with you, because I want us to learn. I want us to come together. And I want to build our platform by using the internet to bring us all together and show the world that we can do this. We have so much in common that we don't have in common. And we want the right science. We can walk out the house in synchronicity. We don't want to be lied to as an adult, because I'm not here to arbitrarily explain anything. I'm here to give you the science and give you the education and give you the history if you're willing to be a student. With that being said, man, I love y'all and peace. Come on, you want to go?